and I am here to take your biology class for class 10, and the chapter that we are reading is how do organisms reproduce. Okay? So the chapter that we are reading is how do organisms reproduce. Okay. So in this chapter we have discussed lots of things. Yes, we have discussed the introduction and all. In today's class we are going to discuss about, already we are discussing about asexual mode of reproduction, and in today's class we are going to discuss about different types of asexual reproduction. We have already completed, okay, we have already completed fission, okay, which is a type of asexual reproduction. Okay, these two topics already we have discussed. Now in today's class we are going to discuss about regeneration and fragmentation. Okay, in today's class we are going to discuss these two. Okay, these two are already done. So first of all we are going to discuss about the fragmentation. Okay, now the term fragmentation itself giving you the meaning that in the fragment, in the pieces, okay, that is the organism is going to be divided into the fragment and into the multiple pieces. So if you are talking about fragment or the multiple pieces, it means that the organism, okay, the organisms which follow fragmentation generally are multicellular. Correct? The first thing, they are multicellular, but with simple body organization. Okay, with simple body organization. What we have discussed in the case of fission is simple. In the case of unicellular, they have very simple body organization. Okay, but here in the case of fragmentation, the organism which undergoes the fragmentation mode of asexual reproduction, they are multicellular with simple body organization. Now, when we talk about body organization, I told you that in simple body organization, what happens? Simple cells associate together. Yes, associate, and these cells together going to form simple tissue. Yes, simple tissues, and these tissues going to form some simple organs. Okay, simple organs. Now, second thing is that when we are talking about this organ, means any organism, if they have a any type of organ, they must be I mean to say that organ must have some particular function, correct? And they need to be placed in a particular position. Yes, organ cannot be present everywhere. Yes, I need to say every organ have their particular specific position. So they need to be placed in specific position. Right? Specific position. So, but actually, why I am saying all those things? Because though the organisms having simple body organization, but as they are multicellular, so there is chances and possibility of that multiple cells can organize into simple tissue, and all those tissue can be organized as simple organ. Okay, in a particular place with specific function. So, in such type of association, or in organization, a simple fragment of the cell and development of that fragmented cell to develop into the new organism is not possible, or it's not as that much simple. Yes, because what happened during the process of division, cell division, what happens? Cell differentiate. Okay, cell going to be differentiate. differentiate and develop into the different organs, and every organ has the particular kind of function. So actually what happened here in the case of fragmentation, okay, what happened on maturation, okay, on maturation, okay, on maturation, the body part of these organisms going to be break down into multiple pieces. Okay, going to break down into the multiple pieces, and each piece have the capacity, and each piece have the capacity to develop. Okay, each piece have the capacity to develop into new organism. Okay, so in the fragmentation, what happened in the process of fragmentation? We can take here example of Spirogera. Okay, Spirogera. It is a type of alga. Okay, green alga. So we can take the example of Spirogera. What happened? Spirogera on maturation, okay, they are going to be break down in fragment. Okay, now one thing is that those fragments are going to be break down in a complete form. I mean the cell which is going to be break down, multiple cells, and the cells which is going to be break down in the single form or into the fragment, they have break down into the complete form. Now thing is that, as I told you, that fragmentation is observed in the case of multicellular organism with the simple body organization. So I told you all the consequences about the multicellular organisms and all. So what is the reason? How come a particular fragment give rise to the complete organism? So reason behind that, or what was the assume, is that what was assumed or observed that the fragmented cell, okay, the fragmented part, okay, the fragmented part must have spatial, okay, must have spatial type of cell. Okay, they must have special type of cells which have the capacity to develop the all other organ and complete organism. I need to say the fragmented pieces, okay, the fragment or the piece must have such special kind of cells which have the capability to give rise or develop into the tissue level or the complete organisms, okay, or they have the capability to undergo the process of division, and finally they are going to differentiate into the complete organism or the part which need to be formed for that organism. Okay, so this is the case of fragmentation, which is a type of asexual mode of reproduction. Hope you people understood this. Okay, now the second type that we are going to discuss is your regeneration. Okay, we are going to discuss another mode of asexual reproduction, that is regeneration. Example of fragmentation, Spirogera. The next type that we are going to discuss is regeneration. Process is regeneration. Now, with this term of regeneration, what we get? Regenerate means again formation, again production. Okay. So this is also a very special mode or method by which a broken part or multiple pieces of an organism, means any piece of their body have the capability to give rise to the new organism. Okay. An example, best example if you take here is your Hydra planaria. Okay, Hydra planaria. These are the examples which have the regeneration property. Means suppose that if this is the structure of planaria, okay, this is the structure of planaria. So this is a spot. Okay. Now this is the structure of. Now by any reason, suppose that this going to break down into multiple pieces. Okay. This is structure, body part of the organism is going to be break down into multiple pieces due to any reason. Suppose that their habitat is water, and due to the water current they strike to any substance or surface. As a result, the body break down into the multiple pieces. So in the regeneration, what happened? Each regenerated piece, okay, each piece, okay, each piece have the capability to give or develop into the small organisms of the same. Again, later they will going to be mature. So this is what happened in the case of regeneration, that each broken part, okay, each broken or cutted part have the capability to develop into the complete new organism. So what happened in regeneration? We can say that it is a method in which if the body of the organism, we can say body of the organism is being cut into many pieces, then they have the capability to develop into new organism. Okay, they have the capability to develop into new organism. So this is what happened in the case of regeneration. Now thing is that, okay, the point that needs to be concerned here is that is applicable in case of Hydra planaria. Regeneration, see, even you see in the case of liver, in the case of tail of lizard, but they don't have the regeneration capacity to develop the complete organism. Okay, there is property that part or organ can going to be reformed. Okay, but what you see here is that each piece or breakdown part, cutted parts have the capability to develop into new organism. Now thing is that this is not going to be taken as reproduction. Why? This is not going to be taken as reproduction. Reason behind that, no one or no organism is going to be way to cut it down. Yes? Like if suppose it is that due to some reason it is going to be breakdown. Okay? So not any organism will be waiting that it is something cut and break them into multiple pieces, right? But yes, the advantage with them is that if due to any reason they break down into multiple pieces, instead of dying, that each piece have the capacity to develop into the multiple organism. Now again here also specialized cells are there. Okay, specialized cells are there which on being which on being cutting grow into cluster of cells. Okay, grow into cluster of cells, and they grow into cluster of cells. Okay, and as they result, what happen? Group of cell form. That group of cell differentiate that group of cell differentiate into different part and develop into new organism. Okay, develop into new organism. Generally, those cells are known as pluripotent or totipotent cell. Okay, they are the actually property of stem cell. Stem cell, like in our body, also stem cells are there, and they have the capability to develop the complete organism. Same way, there also have specialized kind of cells, and which have the capability to divide into group of cells, because they are cut down into multiple pieces. Then that piece is going to be undergo the process of cell division. There is cluster or group of cells will form. Now that group of cells going to be differentiated into different part of the body, and finally they are going to form the complete organism. Okay, so hope you people understood these two topics, regeneration and fragmentation. So by this we have completed fission, budding, regeneration, fragmentation. What next that we are left with is spore formation, okay, and vegetative propagation. We have already discussed about vegetative propagation, but still in the continuation we will going to discuss spore formation and vegetative propagation. Just a minute. Okay, so in the today's class we are going to stop here. Okay, we are going to stop here with this regeneration and fragmentation. In next class we will discuss about spore formation, vegetative propagation, and with that we will going to be complete with the asexual mode of reproduction. And after that we will enter in the sexual mode of reproduction. First we will deal with the plant. Okay, sexual reproduction in the case of plant we will do detailed study. Then we will enter into in the case of animal, and so on. We will slowly move forward and we will complete this chapter. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day. Okay.